Appreciate that. It's nice to come in to a welcoming room. A welcoming room. Why was that so hard? Dolly, it's nice to see you. Dolly says, much love, peace, and blessings, beautiful soul. You as well, my friend. Dolly, my friend, you never, never, never have to apologize. Most specifically, you never have to apologize for being kind. I hope you know that. I view your every action as one of kindness. I never ever thought of anything as being an interruption. I can promise you that. Sorry, guys. Um, no, again, Dolly, you are absolutely perfect. I don't say that. I don't say that lightly. You are absolutely perfect. You bring a smile to my face. You bring a smile to my heart. So here's the thing. I think when you perform any act of kindness like that, it's spontaneous and it's straight from the heart, and I absolutely love it. But then sometimes we get to second guessing ourselves. It does not pay to second guess ourselves. Just brings us some pain, you know? Kat says, listening in from work. Kat, I hope you're having a beautiful day at work. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We're getting some more thunderstorms here. Maryland in the summer. Seems like we get a thunderstorm a day. Um, Kat says, make poor choices. I don't think you do. I think you make loving choices. Every choice you've ever made to me, Phoenix, Dolly, has been loving. Every single one. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate that and how much I appreciate you. I love you, Dolly. Since she can delete these before the show is much love, Yogi and Kat. Much love to you. And you know, Kat's busy, but she's at work. Would she be able to type right now? She would say, I love you too, Dolly. So, on behalf of Kat, she loves you too. Hamada, how are you? Alexivier says, sup, my friend. Michael, how are you? It's okay. You realize, Michael, if you come in within a 10-minute time frame, it means you're pretty much on time, as I'm anywhere from, you know, 1 to 10 minutes late. Let's see. Marlon says, hi, gorgeous cat. Thanks to Yogi. Now we're getting the hang of it. Now we're getting the hang of it. Hey, Lee. He says, Yogi, sir. Lee, how are you? Hey, Lee. I think Kat inadvertently posted something for our friend Magnetic North, and she meant to post it for you because I think when I read his comment, when I read your comment, I said Lee, and because Magnetic North's name is Lee as well, she thought it was him. But you had asked about sin, and we talked about being sinners. So she posted an excerpt from A Course in Miracles. It's on her, I don't know what it's called, your wall, your page, your thingamajiggy, your thingamabob, your doohickey. Any of those things sound technically right? But I can bring it up too, and we can talk about it. Michael says, yeah, I'm laughing. I know I usually try to be here at the start. I do enjoy seeing your messages here when I get here. Marlon says, hi to Lee. Lee says, I'll take a look. Thank you, Kat. Yogi. Lee says, hi to Dundee. Hey, Cure family, how are you? Appreciate you coming in. So let's bring that up. Let's read this. I got a couple things I'd like to read from the course, but let me get first to chapter 20, the very last section. Actually, this fits too. Because the very last, I've read this morning. This is chapter 20, the very last section, section 8. So, Lee, this is for you. It's the vision of sinlessness. Vision will come to you at first in glimpses, but they will be enough to show you what is given you to see your brother sinless. Seeing your brother as sinless, which also, by the way, since there are no others, means seeing yourself as sinless. Your family says, good, I'm doing good. I'm glad you're hearing good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I'm having some difficulty speaking today. So there's a difference between vision and seeing. Vision is truth. Vision is beyond perception, which is changing and changeable. And vision is only seeing that which is changeless. Changeless. Right? Look, says, oh, by the way, tonight my friend Nick, the paranormal poet, is covering my true paranormal story, 10 at 11 p.m. Pacific. Looking forward to it. So Pacific, that's 3. I think that's 9 o'clock my time. I'll still be asleep. Hey, Michael, when it's done, could you drop a link for it? Brian says, hi all, sitting in my new garden, sun on my face, very nice. Sounds perfect. Doing pretty good, Cure. Hey, Toy Pups. Toy Pups, I'm sorry I missed you. I was out on my walk. My early morning walk. It's velvet season, guys. I saw a deer, a buck, with velvet antlers on its head. Cure family says my real name's Toby. Well, welcome in, Toby. I appreciate you being here. Hey, bud. Bud Files is here and says, morning, peoples. Thanks, Michael. Hi, Shirley. Shirley says, if you could please send a prayer for Nick. The family that adopted us lost their matriarch last Saturday, and we were going to what was supposed to be her birthday party today. Prayers, Shirley. Prayers for Nick. Prayers for you. Prayers to your adopted family, my friend. And we will give a more formal prayer after the live stream. But just know, prayers. Michael says, hey there, Sue and Joe, aka the Bud Files. Toy Pup says, condolences, my friend, sending prayers. Thank you, Toy Pups. So I'm going to continue on here, Lee, for you. Let's see. Your family gives us, says, I love. We love you too. Hey, Adam. Adam says, yes, prayers. Thank you, Adam. So, Lee, I'm going to continue on here. Hey, Heather and Toby and Phil says hi. We get a few. So, Lee, for you, Do you want to know your own identity? Would you not happily exchange your doubts for certainty? Would you not willingly be free of misery and learn of joy? Your holy relationship offers you all this. As it was given to you, so will be its effects. And it is its holy purpose was made not by you, the means of it, the means by which its happy end is yours. So basically, all that is given you, who would see your brother as sinless. All this is given, waiting on your desire to receive it. Vision is freely given to those who are asked to see. In order to see your brother as sinless also means you have to see yourself as sinless. Sin, remember, is mistranslated as mistake. So who hasn't made a mistake? I want to we're gonna pin something in a minute. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I can't find the perfect quote, so we're gonna wait. So I don't keep you guys waiting. Pure says, I like this live. Well, thank you, Toby. I appreciate that. Cypress says, each year they shed, then they grow a new cycle, old and ever true, from gentle touch to hard might, a testament to nature's light. Beautiful. Oh, the deer. From ancient woods, a silent grace, the deer's proud antlers find their place in velvet soft, a tender sheen, life renewed, a vibrant scene. Definitely beautiful. Michael says, man, you never realize how far away from the house 3/4 of a mile is until you start walking it, especially in the heat. I can understand that. Hey, Lady Sky, how are you? Adam says, just bounced over from Mike the Bike Dancer, Dasher. How's everything going with Mike? Michael says, nice bone sniper, beautiful. Yeah, it is, Michael. Michael found a deer antler not too long ago. He says, Yogi, I like that. I thought the Greek sin, I thought the Greek sin was an archery term meaning miss the mark. Is this true? That's what I've read. I've read that as well. I don't know historically if that is so or not, but it simply does mean mistake, miss the mark. It was mistranslated, and of course, mistranslated, used. The mistranslation was used. If you believe you're a sinner, and if you believe that the only way you can be saved is through an institution, then you've given your power to an institution. Hey, Lane. Lane, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I don't want to speak as if I'm anti church or anti religion, but I'm not keen on institutions. I'm not keen on giving our power over to anything outside of ourselves. Because anything outside of ourselves, according to Buddhism, according to yoga, according to A Course in Miracles, according to Gnosticism is an illusion. Anything outside of ourselves is an illusion. Hey, Betty. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Hey, Betty. I appreciate you watching my videos and my shorts. What's up, Dan? How's everything going with you? He says, Yogi, did you run as a child or early teen? Did you get into it as an adult? I ran as a kid for play. We were always running. We were always doing something, and it always involved running or biking or swimming. And then I ran as conditioning. Didn't really run as fun. I would run when I was training for something, and I was almost always training for something. So I always ran. Um, I was training for kettlebell sport, and my coach would prescribe what he called a lung massage, which is an easy 20-minute jog. And maybe once a week, you do something a little longer. Um, and I love training for kettlebell sport. Hardest thing I ever trained for. One day in the bookstore, hey, Anna, uh, as I was buying a book, I saw in that little section, in the checkout line to get your attention, a book that was just released, Born to Run by Christopher McDougall. If you've seen one of my thumbnails, I posted a photo of him and I standing next to each other at a race. It was a huge bestseller. It got so many people into running, particularly ultra running, and it got me into ultra running. Mainly because it started with a sentence from the Tao Te Ching, and at the time I was writing a reinterpretation of the Tao Te Ching. So I put the books that I was buying away. I bought Born to Run. I came home and I told everyone that I was now going to be an ultra runner and I was going to run 100 miles. And not only that, I fully expected them to join me, which they did. The important people in my life. Of course, everyone's important. Adam says, Mike seems very happy he's monetized. Well, good. No, he worked hard for it. Anna, how are you? Adam says I did an in-depth study on the word hell. 9 out of 10 times, it's Gehenna. Did I pronounce that right? And the others is reference to the Greek Hades. Interesting. To be institutionalized is not a good thing. It is not, no matter how you look at it. Hey, way to go about the turtle, Toby. That's awesome. Hey, whenever you save a turtle on the road, make sure you take it in the direction that it was going. Otherwise, it'll just cross the road again. Turtles are very stubborn with a great sense of direction. They know where they want to go. Dan says, good, how are you? I'm doing good, Dan. Did you work out with Jace yet, or is that coming up? Adam says, I'm curious about the turtle. Curious about that turtle. I love turtles. Adam says I often help them across the street. I have. I haven't in a while because I haven't. The only turtles I've seen recently have been in the pond. Which reminds me, I need to make a trip out to the small but big turtle pond. The small pond, very tiny, but it's got huge, huge snapping turtles in it. And it says, I'm good. Thank you, Yogi. How are you? And I'm doing pretty good. Thanks. What's up, Marlon? Marlon says, Hill was lurking, but now I'm properly watching. I appreciate it. Dan says, hopefully, he said he went to the pub. I wonder what kind of session that would be. Anna says hi to Adam. Marlon says going to go live later. If anyone wants to join, they're welcome. What time are you going live, Marlon? Everyone's saying hi. We'll post a couple different quotes and pin them for your consideration, Lee, and of course anyone else's. If I can fit it all in. It's a quote from chapter 20 in A Course in Miracles. Hey, Cece. Cece says, did you know the orange is a man-made fruit? I did not know that it was. How could it be man-made? What was it? Cross-pollinated with something? We got some interesting information from our friend Cece. Marlon says, oh, and I noticed something where I could actually use some help. I need to get at least one, really two new phones to properly do my lives. No pressure, but if anyone wants to join, they're welcome to. What do you mean? How can we help? Marlon says, going live in plus or minus 2 hours. Gotcha. CC says hello. So I was a little unclear on how we could help you, Marlon. So I might change the pin message. So, according to A Course in Miracles, sin is seen through the lens of ego, while sinlessness is always seen through the lens of love. Since the ego is illusory, we know that sin is an illusion. Since love is reality, we know that seeing everyone as sinless, sinlessness itself, hey, Mary. Hey, well, Hunter's here. Hunter says, hey, Eric and Mary and Anna. Nice to see you. Cece says, real tomatoes rot after 2 hours after picking. What constitutes a real tomato from an unreal tomato? That says, Adam heard of the Kropathic realm. Adam says, a man made like bananas. But don't they stem from something that is not man-made? You know what I mean? And then just cross-pollinated. Let's see. Kira says, Yogi? I don't know what that little emoji is. Yogi's wife, Yogi's kid, Yogi's grandma and grandpa, and everyone else. Well, thank you for that. Alexia says, you all right, man? I'm okay. Then he says, chip in, not join. Sorry. Or if anyone has a spare phone they don't need, I would pay the shipping. That might be something I can help with. Hey, do you have Marlon, do you have a PayPal account? And if you don't, could you think about, obviously you don't have to, think about maybe doing a PayPal account. CC says tomatoes too. So, I mean, I know that things have been, you know, made into a hybrid, but everything has to have a single ancestor in which to be created from, right? Hey, William. Hey, serving, how are you? Serving my Redeemer says, wrote both healing and revealing for the same thought, Yogi. We're told to look, behold, and see. I love that. Hey, serving, can you drop a link for that? He says, Cure family, I'd love uh, to go to a drive-in theater. Have you never been to one? Toby says, we're going to drive-in theater. I used to love going to drive-in when I was a kid. And even as a teenager, I would go with a friend and we would watch like all night long Bruce Lee uh, movie marathon sessions. I appreciate that. Hope you never die. Jace says, hiya, you amazing people. Hey, Jace. Cecil says, vegan burgers made it taste like real beef conundrums. I have eaten vegan burgers. It's not part of my. Thank you, Mary. Mary has renewed the membership. Much appreciated. 5 months. Um, yeah, the only time I would eat a vegan burger. Now I'm all for vegan burgers. I'm all for fake meat. I'm all for fake vegan food. I don't eat them unless I'm traveling or I'm out with someone and it's an option. I'm a Whole Foods plant-based vegan. But um, hey, vegans deserve the right to be as unhealthy as anyone else. If they want to eat vegan potato chips and vegan um, burgers and vegan whatever, go for it. Um, Ethical vegans who want to be vegan for their own personal ethical concerns, whatever that might be, some of them might not like um, a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables. Here's the thing with me: I came from a lifting background where I ate a lot of meat and I did not eat a whole lot of vegetables. I ate fruit, but not a whole lot of vegetables. Salad. I would eat some raw vegetables, salads and carrots and stuff like that, and broccoli. Thank you, Redeemer. We got a floating seal. Fake vegan. This is way before we had all that fake vegan food. We had Boca burgers, which are okay. Um, but had I had all this other stuff, it would have been a really smooth transition. What I did was I basically became a fruitarian. And for about a year, I ate basically nothing but fruit, which made me really fast and weather resistant in the summertime. I ran my first 50 miler there was a drop off rate in that race of about 70%, meaning 70% of the race dropped out because of heat concerns or were hospitalized. And I felt good throughout. I was slow, but I finished it. So you know what? Do what you can to make life easier is my philosophy. Hey Sal, Chill Sal is here. How can did I know beans are a meat? I'm not sure what you mean. Gordon says black bean burgers are pretty good, but I prefer to make them myself. If I do choose to eat vegan burgers, I've made it myself as well, and they are pretty good. Hey, Vlogs. Vlog says, hello, sir. How are you? I'm good, my friend. How are you? Rowan says, so did Weldon Carey and Michael. Cece says, beans and meat. I just don't know. Oh, plant flesh. Google it. Well, but you have fruit flesh. That's just a term, flesh. If you think of meat, you're thinking animal, right? Vlogs is good. I'm glad to hear that. She says, sup, Sal. Jace, you got one more session today? Cece says it's under meat and fruit group. Yeah, but it's not. It's not animal. So like I said, you have fruit flesh. You often hear that the flesh of a cantaloupe, the flesh of a mango, um, but we are talking about animals. I always tell people, I worked in a veal farm. If you would like to accompany me to a slaughterhouse, and I will accompany you when you mow the lawn, and we'll see how your heart and your soul responds. And if you can't tell the difference, um, that's a whole nother conversation. With that is all I'll say about that. Lux says, Jace, hello, how are you? Hey, Paul. Fitness Touch is here. I want to tell you how important, Paul, the Fitness Touch is to me. But first, Jace says, at least one more. Reaper killed me. Then Dan. Dan's got more punishment for me. Adam says, even rocks are alive. Gordon says, in the USDA, my plate, for example, beans are included in both vegetable group due to the fiber content and the protein foods due to the high protein content. Jason says, hey, Paul, it's been a while. Cece says, congratulations, you get the trophy. I've always wanted a trophy. Actually, I got a trophy. I got a couple of trophies. They aren't in the meat group, but in protein. Thank you, Gordon. Hutch says, fitness. Hutch says, hey, Jace, hope you're all well. Vlog says, I'm starting workout tips, videos, like, share, sir. Definitely. Hey, Vlogs, always feel happy. Always feel like you're able to drop whatever links you want. Whatever you want. Cece says, indeed. So, anyway, this is why the Fitness Touch is so important to me. Paul stepped away from what was familiar and what was safe in order to endeavor to do what his heart told him to do. Man, I can't begin to tell you how much courage that takes. And it's inspiring. Inspiring. Paul says, so, hey, Paul, thank you for that. Thank you for inspiring me. Hutch says, I did a plant-based diet for a year. I heard you mention that in a live stream once. Not keen. Yeah, it's actually been about 16 years for me. From all kinds of stuff. Paul says it's been a long, tough 3 months so far. Appreciate the love, man. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, so here's a question, Paul. How can we help? What can we do to make the next 3 months better? Let's see. Marlon says, but would go to a slaughterhouse too, but since I almost exclusively eat wild game. I've hunted. I come from a hunting family. Uh, I'm friends with tons of people in the hunting and fishing community. I absolutely love what they do. It's different than a slaughterhouse. If you've ever been on an industrial farm and you've seen the suffering involved, you might make a different decision. However, you might make the same decision, and it's not for me to judge one way or the other what you decide to do. Um, I only speak of what I do and why I do it. If I had to survive by hunting, I would hunt. If I had to survive by fishing, I would fish. If I still wanted to eat meat and fish, that would be a viable way of me to get that type of food. But since I can get by without it, I don't. In yogic philosophy, the very first thing you ask to do is practice ahimsa, which means non-harmfulness, reducing your harm to the extent that it's possible. That's for me, but I never ever tell anyone this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do what your heart tells you to do, and you should never listen to me about anything if it goes against what your heart is trying to tell you. So I hope that clears things up. So anyway, back to important matters on hand. What can we do, Paul, for the next 3 months to make things even better? Adam says, "Would not eat a krill." No, neither would I. So do elephants. Elephants have funerals. All right, you need engagement on your channel. Guys, the Fitness Hutch. I think almost everyone here is in blue, right? Are you subscribed? Could you subscribe? And could you support? It's an important channel. And inspires a lot of people. Let's help out, guys. Hey, Big Al.
Good day, Mr. Bear.
Good day to you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I don't know what the chat's all about, the conversation. I've just joined, but I saw something about food, and I am not a herbivore or a carnivore. I'm not even an omnivore. I'm an omnivore because most things I'll eat.
As long as it's not nailed down, or maybe even if it is nailed down.
Yeah, if even if it's nailed down, I'll still rip chunks out of it.
For me, my diet is very particular because of my practice of yoga. It's a hard thing to talk about because everyone has their opinion on how I should eat, which is ridiculous. Because I don't need anyone's opinion on how I should eat. I also don't tell anyone. I have told one or two people.
I agree, Yogi. I don't tell people what they can and can't eat. It's nothing to do with me, as you've just said. It's nothing to do with people what you eat, and I don't. It's nothing to do with me what other people eat. So I don't judge people on what they eat. I make sure that those people that I eat with, if they need other food or if they eat other food, I make sure to take in their dietary requirements.
Right. Nice. Does not even the least bit surprise me, Big Al. Hey,
I think I remember we spoke about on my birthday when I went to McDonald's with my friend and she's vegan, and I texted her and said, "Hold on, we're going here for food. Are you able to eat there?" And she said, "Yeah, that's fine. They do have vegan food." So I was cautious to, I didn't want to be sat there eating. I mean, I'm sure she would have told me anyway. If I'd have recommended it and she couldn't eat, she would have said, "Can we go somewhere else, please?" I can't
Right.
eat there, and I would have happily changed. But she said to me, "It's nice that I was thoughtful and made sure before we arrived."
That is nice. And again,
And I'll
not
always do that with people.
not surprising. That seems to me typical Big Al. Hey, Lee says we need a bed update. Did you get it delivered? I'm awful at putting furniture together.
Oh, sorry, I joined. I think it was last night, and Cat was on, so I didn't want to interrupt and say, "Can I join?" and stuff like that.
Right.
I've just come through to the bedroom because I'm going to show you the bed.
For the
I'm just
record,
moving my
um,
bedwear out of the way.
yep, Thursday, the last live stream of the day for Thursdays is exclusive, unless when it's over and we end. I'd like to give a few minutes for people to pop up and say hi. But the entirety of the live stream is Cat and Jack.
Right. Okay. It's good to know.
Breatharians, Adam. What do you think of that, Big Al?
What's that? Sorry.
A breatharian, those who survive just on breath.
Hmm.
Can you imagine how cheap that bait would? How cheap
I'm
that
not
bait
sure
would
you
be?
can live on just air, if I'm honest.
I know of people who know of, if that makes sense. I know yogis who spent considerable time in India, and I trust them, who say that they have met people who reliably just reside upon what's called prana. Prana being that
Yep.
that energy. But again,
Yep.
don't you think that would be a pretty cheap date?
It would indeed. Yeah.
Um, you take them out to a breatharian restaurant and you sit down, and it would be kind of fun to see the reaction at least.
I would prefer an expensive date, and that's because I'm a hungry person.
Right.
So I got to say I do enjoy my food. It's funny that we're talking about food, and like it's purely coincidence that you were talking about food when I joined the chat, because I've just had this conversation maybe an hour ago about food, and I don't like quiche.
No,
I like scrambled egg, and I like omelets, but I don't like quiche.
It's funny that in my meat eating days, or my non-vegan days, I should say, that eggs were a standby for me.
Right. Okay.
My comfort food. No matter how you felt, especially in my drinking days, I could always um, get by on eggs.
Yep. Yeah, I like eggs. I do. I have raw eggs in milk sometimes, just as my quick burst of protein and stuff like that. But I love fried eggs, scrambled eggs, poached eggs. I love eggs in an omelette. I really do enjoy eggs. But it was like I say, it was funny. Was having a conversation, and I don't like omelette. I don't like mushrooms. I can be a bit fussy with tomatoes. They'll be. It kind of depends on my mood. Like today, I'm not in a tomato mood. If you gave me a fresh tomato, I wouldn't eat it.
Hmm.
But a few days ago, I made a tuna and a salad sandwich, and I had obviously tuna, and I had lettuce, cucumber, a bit of onion, and tomato in there because
Good.
I was in a tomato mood. Whereas, like I said, if you gave me a fresh tomato today, no, I wouldn't eat it. It's one of those really weird things.
I'm not really big on tomatoes either. Not a big. Um, Now, like tomato sauce is different. Something about the texture of tomatoes. Um,
Yeah. Yep.
the texture
Yeah,
for me,
I don't like mushrooms because of the texture.
right? Now, I do like mushrooms, all kinds of mushrooms.
Fair enough.
This the special kind and the regular. Put them on your pizza. Hey, here's a question for you: is there a pizza topping that you would not have? Absolutely zero.
Anchovies.
It's weird because I hear people say no fish on pizza, and yet they're okay with anchovies, which is actually a fish. So if you have
Yeah.
anchovies, why wouldn't you also have tuna or salmon on a pizza, which I've had
See,
before?
you mentioned pizza, and I thought you were going to ask if pineapple goes on pizza because
That
that's
was
what
next.
Matty asked.
That's going
Matty
to be
asked
next.
the other day if I would have pineapple on pizza, and I said yes, and so did Chloe. Um, but yeah, no, I think most things go on pizza, and I say most, not all. Most things go on pizza. So pineapple, yes. Prawns, yes. Sweet corn, pepperoni, all the other obvious stuff that a omnivore would eat. Most of it goes on pizza. I don't like mushrooms at all, so I usually don't have mushrooms on pizza. But anchovies is the one thing, and I usually don't say things that I haven't tried. And I have tried anchovies on pizza, and I didn't like it. But I often like my stepbrother. He's quite fussy. Um, he will often go to a restaurant and he will order stuff, and he'll say, "Oh, I don't want this on it, and I don't want that on it." And this is before he's even tried anything. And it annoys me and it annoys our mum because we just dislike the fact that he won't try things. He'll just say he doesn't like it, and it's like, how do you know you don't like it if you haven't tried it? Whereas I'll try most things once. This is why I don't like. I know I don't like black pudding because I've tried it. Now I used to say I don't like black pudding, and I'd never tried it. My sister made black pudding. I tried it. I don't like it, so I can get away with saying I don't like black pudding. I
Right.
can't think of a food I haven't tried off the top of my head where I can say, I haven't tried it, so I don't like it. But I would never, if someone invites me for food and they make something I've never tried, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't like it based on looks. I will try it, even if it looks disgusting. I've had some pretty gross looking food. One of my friends made a curry. It didn't look appetizing at all. It looked like the inside of a baby's nappy. It looked grim, but I tried it and I enjoyed it.
Hey, have you actually, before I ask this question, let me say hi out loud to Mercy. Mercy, thanks for coming in and thanks for liking and sharing. So here's my question. Would you ever eat a bug?
I have done, yeah. I've eaten a live locust.
Have you?
My mum has bearded dragons, and I don't know if you have it over there, but we have a TV show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah.
And my sister and I, we were messing around and said, "Oh, I'd love to go on there and do a bush tuck trial." And my mum was feeding the bearded dragons, and she said, "Okay, I dare you both to eat a live locust." And my mum said, "Eat a live one, and I'll give you £5 for doing it."
Well,
And me and my sister both did it, so we got £5 each for eating a live bug. So I can say that I have done that, yes. So that doesn't bother me.
I've eaten bugs by accident when I was on a race or a training run and
Yep.
talking to someone and a bug flies in. And my non-vegan friends think it's the funniest thing in the world. They're like, "Oh, you're no longer a vegan. You can't say you've been vegan for 16 years now. You just ate a bug." Um,
Yep.
Paul had said egg and potato on pizza in Germany.
Egg and potato.
Yep.
That's something I've never tried. I'd be willing to try that. It doesn't sound too bad, to be fair.
No,
It's a bit of a strange. It is a bit of a strange one, I'll admit. Egg and potato on a pizza, but I wouldn't say that I wouldn't try it because that doesn't sound so bad.
He also says his go-to pizza is pineapple chili, mushroom, and corn. I've never had corn on pizza, nor would I probably. Um,
Are we talking like sweet corn?
I don't know.
Like
What
corn?
kind of corn are you talking
Okay.
about? So here's the question. The question of all questions. Mushy peas on pizza.
Never tried it, but I would give it a go. And I've got to say, I would probably enjoy that because I like mushy peas. I like pizza. I've had mushy peas with bread, and that's all pizza is really, just with
Can we
cheese and tomato sauce on, and maybe whatever ingredients. But that doesn't sound too. I'm sure I would enjoy that. I've got to
can we
admit.
do it on a live stream? What do you
What did you
think?
say, Yogi? Sorry.
Can we do it on a live stream?
Mushy peas on a pizza.
Yes.
I'm not object to that. I can do that. Yeah.
I think that would be big. Then that might put me over the edge. That might
Give
make
me give me about a week because I need to wait for payday,
okay. Hey, can you do me a
and I'll
favor?
buy a pizza. Right. So I'm gonna get a pen and paper. Everyone
Alright.
in the chat, tell me what kind of pizza I should buy. Does it need to be like a plain cheese and tomato, or does it need to be,
That was
everyone in the
for you,
chat,
Kat.
tell me what pizza to get. I'm
Alright.
gonna get a pen
Hey,
and paper.
do me a favor, real quick.
Yes.
Can you say tomato one more time? Can you say this is for Kat and say tomato?
You want me to say tomato or tomato?
I want you to say the way you say it.
Tomato.
Okay. But you got to say this is for you, Kat.
This is for you, Kat. Tomato.
She says she likes hearing you say tomato. When you
Kat
say
likes me saying tomato. Well, I love you, Kat. Tomato.
when you say it, it sounds very classy. When I say it, I sound like an American trying to be fancy. Let's see. We had some fitness things. We had some more pizza stuff here. Mushy peas. Paul says no. Hey, Paul, do you like mushy peas? Please let him say no. CC said he also said sweet corn on pizza.
Sweet corn goes on pizza for definite. Yeah.
If pineapple can go on pizza, then sweet corn can go on pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Cauliflower crust is good. Serving. Anna waves at Cat. Jack Williams says you absolutely could enjoy cream peas. Oh man, why does this cream peas sound even worse than mushy peas? I do not need my peas creamed, nor mushed, nor anywhere near me, for that matter. You guys know my firm, unwavering stance on this channel. Mushy pizza, plain cheese, says Fitness Hutch.
It's the only comment so far telling me what pizza to get. And if I'm honest, like a plain cheese and tomato pizza is quite boring. If I'm honest, even just to put like mushy peas on, I want something with there's going to be a mixture. That'd make it even better.
Well, I think we need to start with the cheese and mushy peas because we want to feature the mushy peas, right? I can't believe
That's true.
I can't believe I'm having an extended conversation, and then we can go more in depth. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Yep.
Because we want people to see this is mushy pea on a pizza. If it's mixed in with a bunch of other stuff, people might be like, I don't know. Big Al's kind of shady about his mushy peas. We want everything up front and all the mushy pea goriness.
Fair enough. Well, I've written that down. I've got a cheese and tomato pizza and mushy peas. Okay. And just for Kat, I'm saying tomato as many times as I can in this chat quickly.
On behalf of Kat, because she's at work, so she can't say too much. On behalf of Kat, thank you. Shirley says you will not regret if you join the Fitness Hutch live tomorrow. Always fun and informative. Thank you, Shirley. I agree, 100%.
Right, I've taken enough of your time up, Yogi, and I'm going to show you the bed very quickly, and then jump back into the chat because I'm also cooking as well. And I've got my foods in the middle of. I don't want to burn stuff.
Yep.
But I've got the bed up.
Hey, nice. You got to be happy about that.
Indeed, I am. In fact, it's funny, Yogi. I'll finish off with this. But the first night I slept in it, I actually fell out in the morning because I was used to my mattress being basically on the floor. I went to roll out and realized that I was like 2 feet off the ground.
It makes a bit of a difference.
It does. But I'm gonna jump into the chat. I thank you for allowing me up.
Sure.
Sorry, it's gone a bit echoey because I'm in the corridor.
Before you jump in,
having me up. I'm gonna buy a pizza and some mushy peas. And
this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Before you go, one more time.
Yes, Yogi.
One more time. Can you say it?
Just for Kat, tomato.
Thank you, Big Al. You're a true gentleman, my friend.
I can say it once more actually because I need to get a cheese and tomato pizza and a tin of mushy peas.
Thank you.
And I will eat the cheese and tomato pizza and the mushy peas on your live stream.
This is going to be awesome. It's going to be epic live streaming.
You'll get live real-time results.
We will. It's going to be so cool. We're gonna advertise this too. So let me know in advance.
What was that? Sorry, Yogi.
I said we're gonna advertise this too, so people know what's happening.
That's fair enough.
Oh, Fitness Such says, "Who's the guest? This is Big Al."
It is I, the tomato guy.
Way to slide that in one more time. Appreciate that.
Right, I will see you in the chat, Yogi. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Always. Hey, Stephen. Stephen Price is here. It says, "What a lovely shine on that head. Continue reflecting that shine onto other lives. You reflect the sun's light even better than the moon." Thank you so much, Stephen. I hope you're well, my friend. Always a joy to have you come in. Man, I love your shiny comments, my friend. We've been getting shiny comments for probably over a year. Stephen, he's not here often, but he always comes in. He always comes in full of love. Much appreciated. Big Al says tomato. I think you need an English accent to be able to say that. Flip Up says potato. How do you say it? Do you say potato? No one says potato. No one says potato. Toy Pups, come on up on the live stream and say potato. Tomato. Buck says, "Nice live stream, sir. I'm happy." I'm glad you're happy, my friend. Hey, that makes me happy. Spaghetti on. I'm with William on this. If you like it, put it on pizza and eat it. Even mushy peas, even sweet corn. If you like it, put it on pizza, be happy about it, and eat it. If you eat meat, guess what? I don't. So I think that maybe if we think of it in a karmic sense, me not eating meat can help offset other people eating meat. I'm happy to do so. I am not against anyone doing what anyone does, as long as in their own way, they're trying to reduce suffering in the world, whatever that might mean to them. That's all that I'm concerned about. Vegan spaghetti? Well, all spaghetti is sort of vegan, right? Or it should be. I do. It's been a while, but I used to do it quite a bit. They make really good lentil spaghetti or pasta. They make really good chickpea and or lentil and or red bean spaghetti. All kinds of good stuff. It's all good, guys. Eat and be happy, but eat in moderation.
Mushy peas, mushy peas. Just I thought I would come in strong. Mushy peas, mushy peas.
But you are not a mushy pea eater, are you?
No. Or a tomato, tomato, you know, potato.
Do you eat pizza?
I love pizza.
What is your what's your pizza of choice?
I would have to say nothing beats like a really good cheese pizza. Like loaded up with cheese. I love a good cheese pizza. I also like a really good pepperoni pizza. Um, I like a vegetarian pizza as well with maybe some sausage on it. You know, it's like a veggie pizza, but it has to have like a little bit of pepperoni or sausage on it, and that's good too. Hawaiian's really good too. I just love pizza. Any pizza is a good pizza. I think it depends on the crust. It's more, are you a thick, like a thick crust kind of a person, or are you more like a thin crust kind of a person?
My preference would be thin.
Yeah, mine too, and crispy. thin and crispy. Yum. I feel like I could eat a whole pizza, like a large. Mm. Oh my god. But not
I,
with potato or eggs on it. Like I saw that in the chat. I was like, ugh, kind
I've
of
never
pizza
heard
is
you.
that?
I never heard you make that noise before.
Ugh. I was
No,
like,
before that, your excitement on eating an entire thin crust pizza.
oh my god, imagine. Mm. Yeah, you can eat it a whole one. If it's a thin crust, you can eat it a whole. Like just fold it over. You know when you fold it over, layer that pizza up. Yes. Mm. Yum.
There's a famous ultra runner who actually you've seen me with my picture taken with him and
Yeah.
some of my thumbnails.
Yeah.
Not that I'm name dropping, not that I'm
No,
showing the
no,
guys.
of course not. No, you would never do that. You're not a
I would
name
never do
dropper.
that.
No.
Dean Carnazzi, and he would go out on these epic training runs where he would run 50 to 100 miles on his own, bringing nothing but his credit card and a bottle of water that he would fill up at gas stations. And when he'd go to gas stations, he'd have his cell phone with him too. He would call whatever pizza place was closest and ask them to put everything they have on it and not cut it at all. And they would deliver it, and he would roll it up like a huge burrito, one whole giant pizza rolled up, and then he would go down the road eating that giant burrito pizza uh, as he was running, and that would
That's
fuel him for the
funny.
entire run.
That sounds delicious, though. A new way of eating a pizza. You know, when sometimes you don't want to share it. You know what I mean? Just want to eat that whole pizza for yourself. But that's a good idea. Just tell them don't cut it,
Yep,
and you just
and you roll
roll
it
it
up.
up. Yeah, I like that. And
He did
I
say it
wouldn't think that someone would run and want to eat like a big giant pizza like that, right?
right. You have to when you're training for an ultra marathon race, you have to train your gut, your stomach as much as your legs
Wow.
because it's hard to eat. If you're running 100 miles, it's hard to get as much calories as you need. And if you
Yeah.
try, you got to find out like what foods work and how much can you handle at any given time.
Yeah. I have a friend who's an athlete and they do not marathon running, but track and field. And their biggest complaint always is the food. It's like they always say people think the working out part is the hard part. They think the lifting weights is the hard part. The strict routine and the structured lifestyle is the hard part. They're like, no, it's the food. It's trying to get that intake
Right. I agree.
of what you need. Yeah. I was like, eating is hard, but nothing like that's the complaints I think of most athletes. It's like the other parts that we would think is difficult is not, it's the eating part, maintaining that, getting all those calories in and stuff.
When
How's
I
everyone?
was
Look at the clouds.
always beautiful skies there.
Yeah, today's such a cloudy day, but it's still so pretty, right?
We just had thunderstorms a few minutes ago.
Ooh, calzone pizza, yum. With everything inside.
That's
Yeah,
the sound
nothing
I
like
was
a
talking
good
about.
calzone.
That's the sound
Mm,
that's the one. I never would
mm.
I never would expect it from you.
That's my inner Oscar the Grouch. I
Uh,
was, yeah, I was my inner Oscar the Grouch. I'm so hungry. And Cookie Monster combined.
that, that was good. That was really good.
I'm
Lee
so
wanted to know
hungry.
what a typical diet be a few days before a marathon. My diet would never change. I eat the same stuff uh, before a race as I would a month before a race. Uh, you- I didn't want didn't want anything to throw me off um, that could possibly affect the race. That
And the
makes sense.
yogi has a very strict, like, he eats the same food every single day. Yeah, did you tell them about your diet? Like, you just eat the same food.
No,
And he makes it sound exciting, but it's like the same thing he ate yesterday and the day before and the day before.
I
But
I
it's
wasn't
always
gonna
like something.
I wasn't gonna say anything because I didn't want Kat to think that I was weird.
We all already know you're weird, Yogi. You can't hide it from us any longer.
Cat doesn't.
If
Cat doesn't know that I'm weird yet.
she doesn't know you're the
She
weirdo of
doesn't.
all
No,
the, you're the leader of the weirdos.
she doesn't know yet.
She does a Cat and Jack. Are you here? Are you in the chat? I haven't seen you. Shh, it's a secret.
Hey, Easy.
It's like the biggest weirdo in the building. Anyway.
Don't tell her that.
Nobody knows. I wasn't even talking to her.
Okay.
Because I don't have any other way to tell you. I'm just going to tell you over here. He's such an eavesdropper. Not only is he a name dropper, but he's an eavesdropper. How's everyone? I was listening to your live stream yesterday, and guess what? I fell asleep while it was like, it happens like that. I start, it's so interesting, and then it gets so relaxing, and then I start dozing off, and then it's like a time clock or something, and then like you're almost done, you're saying bye to everyone, and it was like a dream. I'm like, what's happening? I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I missed the whole stream. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. So funny.
I wonder how many people have fallen asleep on one of my live streams before.
Honestly, like when you just listen, like, if you're not, sometimes I just try to listen, right? And not be typing and stuff. When I don't type, oh my God, it's like, whoa, so relaxing. Like the conversations, the topics. And then you have a very like relaxing voice too. So it's like you just listen, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh my God, did I fall asleep? How rude. But it's a compliment, I think, because it's like, wow, the conversation was relaxing. Even when there's an issue, there's always a solution at the end. So it's always very like peaceful, relaxing. And I was like, oh, love this. And I don't
I'm,
mind rewatching. It's fine.
and it's appreciated too. I appreciate that.
Hi, vlogs. Hi, Lilu. Hi, Easy Home Cooking. Hi, CC Aliens.
Hey, Toy Pups,
Hi, Jace. Yeah.
can you do me a favor? If you look up in the chat, the Fitness Hutch, good friend
I
of
saw
mine, good
that.
friend of the channel. He's taken a bold step he stepped away from safe and secure. He's what you and I have been talking about for a while. People who make that bold choice of stepping away from the familiar and the comfortable to follow their dreams. And he's been doing that. And YouTube is a big part of it. So looking to just all the people that can support as possible.
Nice. Let's see if I can find it. Are you still here? Leave a comment. I'm gonna look, but I know I did see them. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed because I checked. Let me double check though.
Hey, also, Adam says, does Toy Pups have any suggestions for a
Oh my
decent
gosh,
camera? Maybe one I could strap on my head.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But my suggestion always is, why spend your money? Like, why go crazy? Like, why not make some money instead of spend money? You know what I mean? Like, if your phone is good enough to like whatever, like your phone is good enough. You don't have to like go crazy with the money situation, getting this device and that. You don't even know if you're gonna like it yet. You know what I mean? See if you like it first. Like, experiment, do some fun things with your phone. Be adventurous with your phone. Because YouTube is promoting a lot of things that they want you to use your phone for. Like, even just the live streams. There's a big now that I think they just want everyone to do vertical streams, right?
Yep.
Not sideways, not like that, vertical. And the only way you can do that is through your phone, not through any other device, not a laptop or uh like an iPad or a camera, right?
That's a good point.
Just simply your phone. So, I mean, eventually, when you've perfected your craft, like maybe one day I might have like a guy following me around, you know? He's going to be following me around, and I'll be like, I don't have to be like this anymore. He'll be capturing the greatest of moments and missing out on nothing because I'll be able to afford it then because my YouTube will allow me to do that. It'll cover that cost. But
Right.
don't spend a lot of money on a camera. I would suggest try doing the magical things with your phone. Your phone, you could do a lot of filters. Your phone, you can do so many different things, guys. You just got to be creative with it, and then if you can do it with your phone, then the camera is just going to be like a cherry on top eventually. You know?
Yep. Hey, Shirley dropped a link for Fitness Hutch.
Oh, nice. Oh, I have to do it on this device again. Yeah. I'll be able to do it once I get off the live stream. Thank you, Shirley. Oh my God, girl, you're such a networker. I love it.
She's a huge support for so many people.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. I love when people just do that. They're like, they hear somebody ask for something, and then they're like, okay, nobody asked me, but I can figure that out. And while they're
Hey,
doing their own thing, I can just go in there and insert that, you know?
and by the
Just
way,
to
speaking
support.
of asking, thank you. I know you saw Shirley had asked for prayers for Nick, and I saw you say prayers. Thank you for like coming right up, not even hesitating, and bringing those prayers in.
Yeah, condolences, Shirley. We're so sorry to hear about your adoptive family and your loss. And I'm pretty sure Nick is taking it really hard. Um, all you can do is just sit there and listen. Listen to him, let him share, 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 and just he needs to just get it out of his body somehow. He likes paint, I see. Painting is nice. It's a nice outlet as well. Um, we also support a Pukinuki with autism, and yeah, that's a tough subject. Um, the cycle of life, you know? And then when somebody suddenly goes away, how do you explain that? It's such a tough thing, but I found that we don't really have to do anything except be there, be present, be there. Um, let them know that we are there, and just I always have available like all those crafting things whenever that we're dealing with any kind of like major issue, because it's hard enough for them to communicate, never mind when they're dealing with such high emotions that even us grown-ups, it's hard to explain, right? Cycle of life, because there's always, with autism, there's always a why why though, and for us, like, how do you come up with the right why answer, right? So sometimes it's like, yeah, we don't understand why is okay, because we don't understand why, but we always have the crafting supplies. Yeah, the anything. I have everything available because I'm like, I don't know, are they gonna go more to the diamond art? Are they gonna want to use paint? Because that's a way of expression too. Do they have patience for pencil crayons and crayons? Maybe not. Maybe paint might be a good way to express. But yeah, that I would just send my condolences and offer any kind of support that I can.
Thank you so much. And you know what? You closing with that? Uh, any kind of support that I can. No one does that better than you, Toy Pups.
Thanks.
I
Autism is
mentioned,
like a really, it's like a really such a sensitive, even though it's like a superpower, but at times like this, it has to be handled very fragile. Otherwise, like steps that you've taken to like advance, like you feel like you've advanced like leaps and bounds, something like this takes you back so far with all the things you work for. Like, so I say, like, any kind of support, when it comes to us, we can handle stuff, we can work through stuff, we can find a friend and stuff like that. But when you have autism, seriously, guys, you just go more into yourself. And all those feelings locked up inside is not fun. They need to express. So, yeah, I feel for you, Shirley. I feel for you for real.
thank you, Toy Pups,
Yeah.
as always. Um, you always step right up and you offer the perfect. Um,
Thanks for always saying nice things to me, Yogi. You're so nice. You always say the nicest things to me. I'm like, why does he always say nice things to me? Like, you don't have to.
well, now you told me.
You don't have to. But
All
the
right.
weight of my heart is just say nice things to me.
Um, Well, now everything's going to change. Now that I know I don't have to. Jeez.
You
Man.
better. You bet. I'll be like, what? You haven't said anything nice to me in like a week. What's going on?
This entire book is suggestions. What nice things to say to toy pups. I've been
Oh
writing
my
them down.
god.
This is a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure on me. And now that I know I don't have to do it, man, I can throw this book away.
And no, don't throw the book away.
Everything's
No, keep
changed.
the book. Send it to me. So I can read it over and over again, all the nice things that Yogi's thought about me. Hi, Cat and Jack. Spinach with white sauce pizza all day. I've never really ordered that one from a pizza store, but I've kind of had it from like, the frozen one in the store. Yeah, I've had it like that. I'm the worst pizza maker when you buy those frozen ones. I always burn it, or it goes too dry around the crust area. I ruin it. So I don't think I've had. You know what? I might order that next time, Cat and Jack. I'm gonna try it. Healthy pizza. The identical twin boys are Nick's best friends. Since they were in the NICU together at birth, they are his brothers, and they are devastated. Oh,
I'm so sorry, Shirley.
yeah, we're so sorry. That's a lot. You're dealing with a lot right now, Shirley. Yeah. And twin boys, how cute. They're identical twins. Oh my. Yeah, that's like handful. That's like you need a village right now. You're in the right place. You're in a community. Yeah, that's because that's what you need, girl. You need a village. Nobody could do that
So,
alone.
way back in 1988, I dated a twin, identical twin,
Oh my god.
whose birthday was October 16th. In 2004, I got married to an identical twin whose birthday was October 16th. What do you think of that?
What? Okay. Was it the same twin?
No, different twins.
How weird is that, right?
It is kind of weird. Um,
Yeah.
and they met each other actually.
Oh, no way.
Well,
So
it
you saying
was in 1988. I came out of my actually it was my high school relationship. Dated someone through my last year of high school all the way up from 1983 to 1988. Um, and we broke up, and I started dating someone who she was older than me. She was my best friend's friend, older sister, and we would all hang out together. And she would come into the room, and I had such a huge crush on her. But by 1988, I was older, and she was actually just divorced, and we ended up dating for a little bit. And she was a twin. Her birthday was April 16th. 2004, I married Mocha, and she's an identical twin,
I was
and
gonna
her
ask that.
birthday,
Are you saying Mocha is a twin?
yes,
Oh my gosh, Mocha, you're a twin.
and her birthday is April 6th, or sorry, her birthday is October 16th.
Wow, that is so weird. That's like so weird. We're supporting you, Chef Mary.
Hey, Chef Mary, how are you?
I was gonna
Let
say, is
me.
this my friend? Are you Nurse Mary from my friend Jake Jackson, Lover Toy Pups?
We're gonna bring
And
her channel up.
did you used to feed my friend raw beans? But it's Chef Mary, not Nurse Mary. You're lucky.
So, Chef Mary, I just subscribed. I hit all notifications. Chef Mary, this is her description. Hello, guys. I am a Pakistan ordinary married woman who has a passion for cooking. So, welcome to my channel here, and you will find Pakistani Indian delicious dishes. Nice. So, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thanks also. And thanks for 2K. Hope you all have a good day. Hey, full support, Mary. Full support.
Yeah. And guess what I had for breakfast this morning? Yeah, and I did say breakfast, guys. I had it for breakfast. I had chicken biryani. I think that's Pakistani. Chicken biryani and garlic naan. Yeah, that's what I had for breakfast, guys. I've been craving that for like weeks. And yesterday I got surprised with chicken biryani. And so I had it for breakfast. I
Nice.
know there's so much healthy people in this chat and they're like, "You had rice for breakfast?" Yeah, I did. Yeah, Chef
Jace,
Mary.
Jace says he's going to get his suit ready for October. What's going to happen in October, Jace?
Yogi, can I say something really quickly?
Yes.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna like stamp this one in there. So you know how sometimes the yogi he'll be saying something and it might seem like Toy Pops is interfere. Like I'm like, what do you call that? Like interrupting? I'll be like, oh my god, yeah. Oh wow. Oh. Like you know how I make those noises?
Uh huh.
When you're telling something important, Yogi, and I might be like, oh, and it sounds like I'm trying to interrupt you. I'm not. I'm never ever trying to interrupt you. Guess what I'm doing? Guess
Supporting,
what I do? No, I'm actively listening to you.
which
Like
is
I'm
supporting.
yeah, my face moves, my body moves. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, like I do actions. I'm like, wow, like I have to actively listen to you to be able to listen.
Hey, the other day, you and I had a 2.5 hour phone conversation. I did. And I never once, I had one thing to do, and that was to hang out with Toy Pups. That was it.
That was fun. I swear, like I was the most like what do you call it? Inspiring. Like it motivated me. I had lots of ideas after that. It made me feel strong. I felt like I can conquer the world. I felt like you could have conquered the world as well alongside me. Like I felt like we both stomped out of there like two elephants.
I
You
like
were
that.
gonna pave ways in one direction and I was gonna pave ways in a different direction. So we were like, yeah, I'm so happy. That was a 3 hour. It was good. It was normally we have very like um it's always interesting, it's always like educational, but it's always like fast. But that day was like wow. I looked at the time too. I was like, wow, yeah, this is
Um,
amazing.
but you know what? I brought that up because in 2.5 hours, I never once felt interrupted.
Aw, thanks.
It's how you and I engage with each other.
Yeah. When
Um,
you have ADHD, sometimes like you can talk at the same time as another person and you can still hear them.
you know
Yeah,
what?
it's the
One
best way of talking and listening.
one time you told me that you appreciated our conversations because I never once said you talk too much.
Yeah.
And
And then you never tell me that you never dismiss me and tell me that's not important.
and the thing is,
Even
you
though
know what occurred to me when you said that, and I should have told it to you then. Is why would I say something like that? Because you've never once say, Yogi, you don't talk enough. You know what I mean? We all communicate how we communicate. How you
yeah.
communicate is beautiful, and I love listening to you, and I always will.
Oh,
And I
thank
hope
you.
you feel the same about how I communicate.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you have a great way of communication because like you still hear me, you acknowledge everything I say to you. Um you never like you never say negative things to me, which is I love because you can't learn like I mean there's I always do like because I do it to myself too, like constructive criticism, which I feel is different than like just saying mean things to people. Like, yeah, I can work around it. I can maybe like, I just want to accept everybody the way they are because I just want them to accept me how I am. Like, I don't know how to change how to be something else. I don't know how to change like not being an active listener. I
Right.
try to like just not be an active listener and just like listen. But then when I just listen like that, then I don't hear nothing. Like I don't want to even pay attention anymore because I'm like, this is boring. But then when I actively listen, I actually take things in. So when someone accepts me the way I am, it's like, wow, how easy was that, right? Like now we
Hey,
can actually communicate and hear each other because we're like not paying attention to the other not important stuff.
agreed. Hey, our friend Dundee in the gym says, "Hey, Toy Pops, if you want to join me, I'm going live in a bit less than an hour."
Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice to me. I love your live stream, especially when you go work out, and then I could just like take over the live stream. It's like the best. And sometimes like it's funny, but I'm making fun of you. Like, but it's a funny make of you. Like maybe I don't know. Do you guys watch back your live streams? You should if you're gonna put me in control.
I've never watched. I've only watched back a couple recent ones, the ones that I've done with Kat, because I
Yeah.
want to see how. One, it's always nice to spend extra time with Kat, and
Yeah,
two,
yeah, like I'm gonna do it even after she comes off. I'm gonna spend
I
time.
wanted. I want to see if we're hitting the key points on a topic that is so close to both of our hearts. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that I'm in tune and on point. And
I
of
love that
course,
you do that too because you can only like you're gonna get your own feedback from watching back those live streams.
right. And of course, Kat always is. She's always on point. Um,
Yeah.
and I find that her questions and the points that she makes uh, helps me stay completely focused on the um, conversation at hand. So,
Yeah, she's a good one to bounce off of too. Like you guys do you're good bouncing off of each other. You're amazing at it. Like you have a good chemistry.
and with
It's
you as
fun to
well,
watch. Hmm.
Toy Pups.
Thank you. It's fun to watch. It's fun to kind of like be part of, and even just listening. It's just a good watch. Like it's just fun to just sit there and watch it and listen. It's you guys are really good at bouncing off of each other, and then you talk about important things that maybe we might not understand, but then through the conversations, we can relate. Where it's relatable. Chef
Well,
Mary,
thank you.
you're so amazing. Thank you for all the like emojis and stuff. Tom sucks. Tom sucks. Salamat. Share the live stream. Invite some friends. Invite your
Definitely
friends to
invite
come
some
say
friends.
hi.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna
super
wrap.
chat up the place. Super chat up the place. Super chat to show some love.
We're gonna wrap things up in just a minute. Got a few things to do.
Dundee will try, but I can't promise because we're doing construction. Um, yeah, so I'll try. I'll try to come on your live stream and be funny because it's so easy for me. I can, yeah, I'm like, I'll try. I'll try. Are you starting
Yeah.
it now or are you starting it like when?
Hey, Marlon, is it going to be on the Dundee channel or another one? He says, "Okay, Toy Pups, no worries." I definitely
Is
would.
it me or I can't hear the yogi? Am I
You
the
can't
one
hear
that's
me?
the lagging queen?
Doesn't I can I can hear you. Can you guys still hear me? It was Toy Pups, she said. Thanks, Marlon. I'm going to be on the lookout for you. We're going to wrap things up anyway, guys. I got a few things to do, as mentioned. My cat is looking at me like you should probably feed me. I'm going to take another walk. Man, I got a wonderful video of a fox this morning. I've been waiting. I'm long overdue for a fox. Today was perfect. I got that velvety antlered deer, um, which was cool as well. It's been a while since I've seen antlers. Of course, they shed them once a year. Amazing how quickly they grow back, isn't it? That you can see a 12-point buck, 16-point buck, and they will lose those antlers by then in a course of a year. They will get all those back up. CC says that was send a rare animal. Nice. I'd love to see it. Camera's rolling. All right, guys. So I'm out. Thanks for joining me. Much appreciated. This was a fun live stream. Hopefully, we were able to help and support some people for your channels. You know, my own channel, my own interests. You hear me talk about yoga. You hear me talk about burpees. You hear me talk about meditation and breath work, Course in Miracles, all kinds of other stuff. But my one message, one thing I want to do is all about being kind. So being kind means that I'm here to support you guys. It's part of my path of kindness on YouTube is using the space, using these little moments of hanging out. If we can help each other in any way, let me know. And we're happy to. All of us are happy to. We're always happy to help each other. With that, guys, watch River's Edge. Is that a movie? Thank you, Adam. Hey, Adam, I love what you're doing with your channel, by the way. Marlon says maybe we could finish with a few quick breaths. Yes. Gonna be quick though, so we're gonna do 3 physiological sighs. You're welcome, Adam. Physiological sigh is when we breathe in through the nose, about 80% capacity. So it's a deep breath. And then we top it off. A sip of air. And then we exhale through the mouth. Letting everything go. Getting all the air out through the mouth. One of the few breaths that we do through the mouth. Thank you, Serving. It's much appreciated. So we're going to do that 3 times. You ready, MK? First off, give everything a little shake. Shake out the arms, let the shoulders hang loose. Shake out the head. Shake out the face. Get all the tension going from your upper body. If you're sitting down, give your legs just a little shake. You want to get that stuck energy out. You want it moving. Everything's better when it circulates, guys. Energy is better when it circulates. After we've shaken everything out, smile on your face. Just a smile. Smiling changes the physiology of the entire system. Even if you're down and you're faking it, the action of smiling starts to change things around. So we got that smile. Little prayer. Shirley and Nick, they're friends, they're family. Send out a little prayer to my stepdaughter's little puppy who is not doing well. Name is Cookie. She's a long-haired Chihuahua. She's at least 15 or 16. She means everything to my stepdaughter. Little prayer. Thank you, guys. Prayer for you, whoever you are, whoever needs to hear it. I love you. And now we're going to breathe. Here we go. Breathing in through the nose. Sip. One more time. Last breath. Breathing in. Sip. Let everything go. Let everything go. Let everything go. I love you guys.